All right, welcome back to the ATP Finals night session with Sinner versus Auger-Aliassime. They played in Paris, in the final of Paris, and it was a straight sets win to Sinner. Let's see if FAA, who only qualified like at the end of the very end of the week, like literally came down to the last match, right? And he qualified because Musetti lost. Musetti's in anyway, we know that, because Djokovic withdrew, so then Musetti took his spot. And here we are. Musetti played earlier, obviously. Musetti would have played Sinner, and then we would have had FAA play Fritz. So if Musetti had won that final in Greece, so and Djokovic had withdrawn. So, yeah. So that's why the schedule is the way it is. By the way, schedule tomorrow, as predicted, first match, Alcaraz versus Fritz. Second match, Musetti versus de Minaur. Just to give Musetti more time, because of course Musetti has played a lot of tennis, and also being Italian, they'll probably want him on the night session, right? But let's see what this match looks like. It was close to the US Open, but in Paris it was pretty straightforward for Sinner. So we'll see. They played 5 times before, and Sinner leads 3-2, winning their last 3 matches this year. FAA won the first 2 matches they played. They were back in 2022. They did play in Cincinnati. It was a really one-sided match for Sinner, and then the US Open was 4 sets, and then, of course, Paris was a close straight sets, but it was a second set tiebreak. So let's see. Obviously, it'd be a big upset if Felix was to win, but let's see. Let's see what happens. Also, Sinner's on some ridiculous winning streak on hard courts, indoor hard courts as well. But what's going on? Alcaraz's chances of being number 1 have increased 33% because Nole is not participating. Yeah, fair enough. I hope we get the US Open version of FAA. He needs to be aggressive and believe in himself. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see which Felix appears. So Alcaraz is not better than Sinner? What do you mean? What was that? What was that question to? What the hell is that noise? What is that noise? Did anyone else hear that? I keep hearing things, chat. I don't know what it is. What was that noise? Did you hear that, or was it just me? Am I losing my mind? Maybe. You heard it too? Okay. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know where it's coming from. No idea. I heard it before as well. Okay, you all heard it? Good, okay. I'm not losing my mind. Alright, I guess we'll just wait and see. Some weird noises going on. Sounded like Rublev was trapped in the keyboard. Yeah, maybe it was. Anyways, before we get started, as I've mentioned multiple times, maybe you haven't been to the streams, but we're working again with Trace, who we worked with last year at the ATP Finals. This year, things are a little bit different. They've changed the way that they're doing things, and also there's an opportunity for everybody who signs up to win a prize. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a link in the chat. You can click on the link, and it'll send you to the site. You just got to put your email in. You got to get a message saying, giving you a code, and then you just got to put in a like a username. And then all you got to do is, it'll take you to this page. What you do is you just enter. It'll load. You click on Turin, because that's where we are. And I've already done my match day. I've already completed. We've got 3.5 hours until the end of the day, so you want to get through, get into it. But then you just got to pick who you're rooting for. Doesn't matter. It's not a prediction. You don't have to worry about getting it right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. If you pick someone, it doesn't mean you don't win. If you're in the running, no matter what. So yeah, go check them out. Go sign up. It's free, and also opportunity to win stuff. As you can see there, if you sign up for one day, You can go on in the running to get Taylor Fritz's headband if you sign up for 2 of the days, which goes for 8 days because it's during the ATP Finals. 2 days, you could get a signed ball. There's 5 signed tennis balls available. I don't know who they're going to be signed by, but there's 5 there. And then again, I'll remind you every day this week. And the more days you do claim your prizes, the more prizes you are eligible to get. And I would love someone in the chat to get the prize. So sign up because it would be awesome to finish the season off with some of you guys getting some prizes. All right. Now, let's see what happens because these guys should be coming out on court any second now. Cam's Hello Christmas Tree is talking to him. Yeah, it's the tree. Been watching too many movies. Merry Christmas from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hey, what's up? I think this will be simple. Yeah, I mean, FAA is, he's no slouch, but Sinner on an indoor hard court is an absolute beast. So, it's not going to be... It will be an upset if Sinner does win. It will be a big upset. If Sinner loses. If Sinner wins, it will be a big. It won't be a surprise. It'll be exactly what we expect. FAA put his tour final suit on before his interview. Would have loved to have Musetti in 1-2. Yeah, Musetti got there late though, so that's why. That is why. What do I think of Tien making top 10? What, like now? No, I mean, eventually, yeah, probably. Look, Felix is good, but I think that Sinner will beat him. Yeah, Sinner probably has to play below his level to give FAA a chance, unfortunately. We love Felix. We're a big Felix fan base here, but unfortunately, I think realistically, FAA needs Sinner to be off for him to get the best possible opportunity. Oh, by the way, chat, so I just saw. So, okay, so if you have signed up, go check it out. Go click the link. So now we have the first collectible has been shown. Here it is. There you go. So if you signed up yesterday, that's what you got one of those. You got this, as well as going to the draw. So there you go. That's sick. That's so cool. That's the Alcaraz and Zverev winning. Nice. So it's similar to last year. Remember last year how we did they had the courts and stuff? And then we got to name them. We're not going to get to name them this year, but yeah, there you go. So that was yesterday. So today will be coming out tomorrow. That's cool. Cool. Close straight sets should be good. I hope so. I hope it's close. ATP Finals court graphics are definitely better than the WTA this year. What do you mean WTA? Oh, you mean the intros? I don't know, the intro for the WTA was pretty good too. They've got like interpretive dancing and stuff going on at the moment. Yeah, the graphics on court pretty intense. Zverev Carlos here should be very close. Yeah, I mean, that could be a semi-final. That'd be fun. All right. Players are about to walk out on court, I think. By the way, chat, I fixed my DVD, my new DVD movie shelf, and it took me forever because I really stuffed it up. It was not good, but it's fixed. It's all fixed now. Now it looks great, and it fits perfectly. And all my movies are on the shelf. Now, my next job, which will be probably tomorrow night when, we have 4 hours between matches, 5 hours between matches, will be putting them in alphabetical order. So that way, it's very easy to find the movies that I'm looking for. Having all the movies like on a wall is like on a shelf on a wall is like, there's a lot of movies. I got a lot of movies. Fills up the whole shelf. But it's fun too, because then I can go through them and then pick whichever one I want, like I would if I went to an old school, out of commission Blockbuster. My daughter alphabetizes her spices. You gotta have some order, right? You gotta have some sort of order. I was gonna put it in genre, but then I'm like, nah. We'll go alphabetical, and then eventually I'll change it. We'll see how it goes. What's the best movie you've seen lately? I saw Frankenstein. Frankenstein's good. Really good. Great movie. I saw that the other day. I think it was yesterday. I've seen Frankenstein was probably the best movie I watched lately. I saw Pacific Rim yesterday. That was good as well. That was I feel like a really high, like a blockbuster, like a movie, right? One that's like you have to go to the cinema to see. Yeah. What else did I see? I saw something the other day. It was recommended by people in chat, and I forgot what it was. What did I see the other day? Oh yeah, I saw Train to Busan. That was epic as well. Yeah, Train to Busan was awesome. I saw that like last week. It was crazy. Did I see that before? I think I saw that before Halloween. Train to what? Train to Busan. It's a Korean horror zombie movie. Acting in Frankenstein was really good. Oh yeah, I just love the aesthetic and like his lab was like crazy, and the whole the whole thing is crazy. Like the set design and the story, it's just like crazy. It's really, really good. Not big into horror? Well, then don't watch it. Oh, probably hurt. Here we go. The players are on court. Let's see if Felix can do something. We really haven't had anything random happen yet. It's been pretty predictable, this tournament. In fact, I think I've got all 3 predictions right. And that's saying something. So, yeah. It would be nice if we got a bit of an upset, or at least a 3-setter, right? We don't need an upset. Even if we just had FAA win a set, I'd take that all day. They're just about to warm up. I have no idea, no matter how many points you collect during the year, if you didn't win a title, you shouldn't be able to qualify. Musetti won 0 titles, Bublik on 4. And he's out, and Mussetti's in. Look, I don't make the rules, so but like I get what you're saying. I understand, but also I feel like I don't know how what do you want me to do about it? I can't do anything about it. You're gonna have to tell the ATP that. I agree. I get that. I think there should be maybe, but see, I think it should be totally different. I think if you win a 1,000 title, you should be able to get automatic qualification. Like I've got a whole different way of doing it. I think if you win a 1,000 title, you're in. That's like your ticket in. I reckon that's a way more fun way to do it. Instead of being top 8, it should be those 1,000 should be worth a golden ticket, right, to the ATP Finals. And then, if there's, obviously Sinner and Alcaraz won most of them, that means we have like Vacheroy here, right? We'd have, Vachereau would be here, and we'd have some really fun. But that's just that's different. What if there were 10 winners? Yeah, then we have 10 players. That's fine. That's but I reckon it should be a bigger tournament too. I reckon it should be 12 players. It shouldn't be just the top 8. It should be 12, right? And then if you win a big trophy, you get in, and then it's based on ranking. But usually when you win a big trophy, then you usually get in anyway. Yeah, Ruud, Menchik, Vachereau, Draper if he was healthy, Sinner, Alcaraz, Shelton, and then, the highest ranked players after that. So you'd have some, Zverev and Fritz and Djokovic, De Minaur, FAA, right? So yeah, I think that would be a hell of a way to do it. I think 16, not 8. Oh, but yeah, top 16. I mean, they used to do that. If you know a little bit about the history of the ATP Finals, back in the day, and I'm talking back in the 80s, I think it was. I think it was back in the 80s. Yeah, back in the 80s, they used to have top 16 or the best 16 of the season would all qualify in a knockout tournament. There'd be 4 seeds, the top 4 guys in the world. So back in 1985, for example, you had Lendl as number 1, you had Edberg as number 4, Verlander was number 3, and McEnroe was number 2, and then everybody else was unseeded, and you just had a knockout draw from round of 16 into the final. And I think that was really, really fun. I think that's a great way to do it. You could do top 8 seeds if you wanted. You could do the top 8 seeds, and then you could sprinkle everybody else in. It was a 16-player draw, and it was a lot of fun. I think that would be a really, really good, interesting way to go back to do it. But they would never do that because they'll probably just never do that again. Because also, what if the best player in the world lost in the first match and then they don't get to play and blah, blah. At least we're guaranteed 3 matches from everyone here, I guess. But I don't know. I don't mind that knockout top 16, because then maybe the number 15 in the world goes and wins it. Maybe we'll get a bit of something else happen, But then my idea of having the 1,000 and Grand Slam champions automatically qualify, you punch your ticket to Turin by winning a big trophy like that, would work, because then you could have 14 different champions and still 2 left, and you could do 2 wild cards, or you just do 2 of the best, or maybe do 2 fan voted wild cards. If it was 14 different champions, if it was not, this year we didn't have 14 different champions, obviously. Then you just go by ranking, the highest ranked players that didn't qualify will get in anyway. So you still get a very, very competitive tournament. But then someone like a Vachereau, who wins a 1,000 out of nowhere, gets to qualify even though he's not in the top 8 or top 16, right? And that would give him a shot to take the best, because he won one of the big trophies, right? He deserves a spot at the table if we're playing it like that. We could do that as just for a fun exercise somehow. We did do that 2 years ago as a fun exercise. It was called the Tournament of Champions. And Djokovic lost to Monfils. And I can't remember who won it, but it was wild. It was a wild event. It was a lot of fun. Did you see Novak said he wants to retire the LA Olympics with a flag around his neck? Yeah, I did see that. That's cool. All right. Here we go. FAA versus Sinner. Let's see what happens. Can FAA do the impossible? What is the reason behind this current format? I don't know when this current format came into play. Let me check. So yeah, back in the 1990, no, 1980. So yeah, 1986, they started doing this round robin best top 8 get through. So, yeah. So they started this. So 1985 was when they did the 16 players, but maybe there was just too many upsets, and they wanted maybe not enough high profile matches, and then they went with the top 8 for the year in 1986, and they've done it for the last 40 years. This way. You know what they need to do though? If anything they need to do, they need to bring back 5-set finals. The final match of the year must be best of 5. I don't care if you're tired. I don't give a shit. We got to get best of 5. Last match of the year needs to be best of 5. We have no time constraints. It's a final. It's on its own. It's the last match of the season. We need a 5-set final. Men and women. Women's final too. 5-set final to end the year. That's what we need. 1 5-set final. Best of 5 sets. That's all we need. I would love Sabalenka. We're back in a 5-setter. That would have been sick. 15 love. As Sinner serves an ace. 30 love. We need a 5-set final to end the year. That's what we need. Yeah, the only thing coming up is Davis Cup. So some players might be like, well, I got to play next week. Okay, but it's also a team event, so you don't have to play every match. And plus, if it was Sinner versus Alcaraz in the final, Sinner's not playing after this, and Alcaraz is playing Davis Cup. But there's a lot of players in Spain that could take his spot for the first match, and he can take a rest if he needs it. Plus, there's guys like Demonor, Fritz. They're not playing Davis Cup. There's been a forehand winner there from Sinner, 40 love. FAA's not playing Davis Cup. Shelton's not playing Davis Cup. So there's a lot of players that are not playing Davis Cup that we could have done 5-set final. No way for the women. Why not? 40 love. 5-set final. Come on. It's like, at least then it kind of makes it elevated over an ATP 1000, right? And they used to have 5-set finals. I mean, go watch 2005 final between Nalbandian and Federer. One of the all-time great finals. I can't, I gotta be honest. I can't recall, as Sinner holds 1 love, I cannot remember, I cannot think of a memorable ATP Finals final since Federer versus Nalbandian in 05. Like, I could probably, I think Team played a couple of tough finals with Tsitsipas and Medvedev maybe, but who talks about those? And then, yeah, okay, you might mention like a Murray or a Djokovic final maybe, but nothing beats a 5-set final. And the last great final at the ATP Finals was Federer versus Nalbandian. I think Nalbandian came back from 2 sets down as well. Like, it was just incredible. We need that level of finale. Like, that's what we need. We need that sort of finale. Memorable finales. To the best of the best, and then you got to play the big format. Like, come on. 1 love. Sinner holds. Felix got on the buzz cut. Everyone's got on the buzz cut. The buzz cut is in. Sinkerat's 5-set final would be pure cinema to end the year. Exactly. There's a bit of backhand from Felix. The backhand of Sinner. Sinner hits a winner. God, Sinner's in a mood. Love 15. Jannik Sinner is in a mood. And he is hitting the ball ridiculously clean. Love 15. By the way, we're almost at 200 likes. Appreciate that. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. All right. There's been an ace from Felix. 15-0. Now, Bandian was not Australian. He was from Argentina. All right. Serve again. As the return goes to 4 on Felix. Sinner backhand. Felix volley. Sinner pass in the net. And it's 30-15. By the way, chat, if you do click the like button, it does come up as a tennis ball. True story. Sounds like bullshit, but it's real. There's a fault second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Sinner. Felix backhand to the forehand of Sinner. It's Felix with the backhand again. Sinner goes down the line, cross court with the forehand. Felix hits it back. Sinner's forehand goes again. The forehand of Felix, who over... Oh, no, he hits it in. Oh, FAA went aggressive and it worked. 40-15. All right, to take the first game. Winner of this match will take on Zverev, and the loser of this match will take on Shelton in the next matchup, which is in a couple of days. 40-15. All right, 1-1. One all. What's going on, Dutchie? How you doing? We need a name for the skull, the tree topper. Do we need that? Let's not humanize it, because then it'll be creepy. It's just a plastic prop. All right, 15 love. Love. As the return goes out by Felix, 30 love. Sinner says a fault, second serve. As Sinner hits it out in 30-15. 30-15. We'll call it Hawkeye. It's Hawkeye, is it? Hawkeye the tree topper. All right, 30-15. Hey, Vince, thank you for the 38 months. A little fault, second serve. As the return goes out by Felix, and it's 40-15. 40-15. As with a forehand now to the backhand slice of Felix. Again, the forehand Sinner. Felix backhand goes wide, and it's 2-1 Sinner. All right, 2-1 Sinner. All right. Cool. FA comprehensively beat Zverev at the US Open. He did beat Zverev at the US Open. You are correct. I don't know about comprehensively, but he definitely he beat him in. Actually, no. That's we're remembering it differently. Sinner was about. Sorry, not Sinner. Zverev was about to go 2 sets of love, and then Felix won the second, and then he won the third and fourth. Oh, that's not comprehensive. Comprehensive is straight sets. We're remembering that match very differently. He was almost down 2 sets. Same with against de Minaur as well. He was almost down 2 sets to love, but then he won the second tiebreak and he came back to win. All right. Can you remind me on who's in each group? Yep. So these two guys are in the same group, the Bjorn Borg group, with Zverev and Shelton. And then you've got Alcaraz, Fritz, de Minaur, and Musetti. And it's a little bit confusing because they've got a couple of different, they've got two, they've had one match of each from each group each day. Tomorrow it's going to be all Jimmy Connor's group. And then it's going to be Bjorn Borg group, and then Jimmy Connor's group, and then so we're going back to like the regular, regular thing. But yeah, it's a little confusing because they had to do the schedule for the guys playing in Greece. All right, 4-1 winner by Felix, 15-love. 15-love. As we're going to serve again. First serve is a fault. Second serve. With a backhand now from Sinner to the forehand of Felix. Sinner with a forehand to the forehand of Felix. And FAA overhits it. $15-all. All right, 15-all. Somebody has their phone light on. Classic. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. As we get a return out by Sinner. It's 30-15. $30-15. Serve again. As we do a forehand now from Felix. The backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Felix. Again, the backhand of Sinner. Sinner in the net. FAA is doing a good job here. Moving Sinner around. And it's 40-15. All right, 40-15. As the return goes to the forehand of Felix, but FAA overhits it. 40-30. $40-30. $40-30. $40-30. As the return goes to forehand of Felix, backing out from Sinner. Felix with the volley. And Sinner pushes the pass wide. All right, 2-0. 2-2. All right. What's the trick in defeating Sinner now that he learned some net to cover the net more often? I mean, I don't think there is a trick. You know? I mean, I don't think a trick is not the right term. I don't think the strategy to beat Sinner. I don't think there is. I mean, I still think everyone except for Alcaraz needs to get lucky and have Sinner not play well, or maybe physically try and like outlast Sinner. Like we've seen in the last couple of tournaments that at times his body does cramp or does fail him a little bit. So if you can make it a physical battle, maybe you could push Sinner into an awkward place physically. But again, it's probably not a great. I mean, it's not a bad strategy, but it doesn't work every time. It's not like Sinner can't play long matches. There's no, it's not like you've got to have like certain conditions. You've got to play a certain style, and also it's just got to be on the day because sometimes he can play a 3-hour match without a problem. Sometimes there is a problem. Like very rarely. I mean, we could count the number of matches this year that he's had any sort of physical issue during a match. There's not that many, but I mean, or just try and out-hit him. But again, good luck. Is it a 4-0 from Sinner? Too good. 15-0. Yeah, FAA does have the variety. He just needs to be aggressive because if he stays back and rallies, he's not going to win. He's got to be aggressive, Felix. Go for winners. Go for Sinner when he has a chance. Come to the net when he can. That's the best chance he's got is being aggressive. As that goes the net by Felix, 30-15. All right, see you later, Dutchie. As we just serve out wide the back of Felix, return the net. It's 40-15. Hey, thank you, Dutchie, for gifting a membership to Nicholas. Wait, hang on. I've got to put the thing back up. Thank you, Dutchie. Appreciate that. Where is the thing? There it is. It's hiding. Here we go. There we go. All right, 40-15. There's a bit of fault from Sinner. Second serve. Sinner holds. And it's 3-2. 3-2. All right. 3-2. All right, 3-2. How we doing, chap? I'm so impressed with Sinner's serve now. It's a real weapon that he's added. Well, he's always had a good serve. And that's something that goes off that can sometimes be the reason why he doesn't play well. Especially when he plays Alcaraz. That's one of the stats that is always in the negative for him. But you're right, he does have a very, very good serve. FA is looking, hope he continues playing like this. Yeah, he's playing well, Felix. Even though he's hasn't been able to get on Sinner's serve, he's holding his own. Who do you think is playing better right now, Alcaraz or Sinner? Ask me at the end of this match. Ask me when this is over, because we haven't seen the full match of Sinner yet. We've seen 5 games, and we saw a whole set with Alcaraz. A whole match with Alcaraz, sorry. So ask me at the end of this match. Got to watch both of them play one whole match first. And then it'll be a fair comparison. All right, nice serve from FAA. 15 love. Will Sinner take Euro number 1 at the ATP Finals? He needs Alcaraz to lose. So that's the problem that he faces, is that he needs Alcaraz to not win matches, and that's right now is not happening. He's winning matches. So, all right, backhand down the line from Felix. Sinner with a pass. Felix with volley. Too good. That's how he's got to play FAA. And also, Sinner can't lose any matches. That's the big issue too, right? He's got to win every match, and he needs Alcaraz not to make the final or to lose some matches in the group stage. He needs at least 3-0 Alcaraz in the group stage means he's number 1, or 2-1 in a semi-final for Alcaraz. So Alcaraz needs to win 3 matches this week, and Sinner needs to win every match. So, and now he only has to win 2 more matches, Alcaraz, right? All right, serving the backhand Sinner, backhand from FAA. Goes wide, and it's 30-15. $30-15. $30-15. That goes out by Sinner, 40-15. $40-15. $40-15. As we default. Let Sinner taking an L today, you reckon? All right. It'd be a massive upset. Not the biggest upset of the tournament that we could have, but it's definitely up there. I don't think we expect Sinner to lose any matches, except for maybe if he plays Alcaraz. All right, double fault Felix, 40-30. What would you say would be the biggest upset if it happened? Probably Musetti beating... maybe Musetti beating Alcaraz. If you asked me at the start of the week, I would have said probably De Minaur beating Alcaraz, but probably Musetti beating Alcaraz, because it is the two, like the highest ranked player versus the lowest ranked player. That goes out by Felix Deuce. So maybe that. Probably Musetti beating Alcaraz. Not that he can't beat him, but I think the head-to-head is like 8-1 or something, isn't it? And on a indoor hard court, Alcaraz losing to Musetti would be pretty interesting. Would be pretty crazy. I mean, this is probably up there too, right? If FAA beats Sinner, be up there. And I guess if De Minaur does qualify for the semis and plays Sinner, that would be a huge upset if De Minaur took out Sinner. You know, Shelton beating Sinner would be a huge upset, maybe. But I don't know. But I feel like with the weapons of, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's not as big of an upset. That wouldn't be the biggest upset. If Shelton, it would be an upset, but it wouldn't be as big as like de Minaur taking out Sinner in the semis, right? That would be insane. Advantage Sinner. That would be awesome, but it would be crazy. So yeah, probably de Minaur beating Sinner in a semi-final would be the biggest upset of the tournament, easily. But de Minaur had to get to the semis, right? Return goes into the forehand of Felix. Break point. Oh, and Felix hit the line. Jeez, he hits it so close to the line. Back to deuce. Deuce. Carlos not reaching the semis would be the real upset. Would that be upsetting to you? Yeah, it would be. Be a surprise for sure. All right, Felix serves again. Into the back of the Sinner. Return goes out. And it's advantage Felix. Advantage FAA. Good serve out wide. Return from Sinner. Felix gets it, puts it cross court, but Sinner quickly gets it with a forehand winner. Felix just needed to wait like a second longer, and he could have just gone down the line for the easiest winner, but he ripped it cross court, and Sinner was there. And we get the deuce. All right, good hustle there from Sinner. Good anticipation. All right, deuce. Now we return now from Sinner to the forehand of Felix. Felix shanks it. All right, advantage Sinner. Advantage Sinner. Advantage Sinner. To take the break. As a return from Sinner goes to the sky. Felix with a smash. Puts it away. That was a tough smash. But he put it away. All right, back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. As Felix serves again. Return goes back to Felix. Sinner with a slice in the net. Advantage FAA. All right, 7.5 minute game, by the way. It has been a marathon. All right. All right. Sinner with a nice winner, and it's back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. Lovely backhand inside out winner by Sinner. All right. First serve is a fault. Second serve. As with a backhand from Felix, the backhand of Sinner, backhand of Felix again. As Sinner goes again, the backhand of Felix, forehand from Sinner. Again, the backhand of Felix. Sinner backhand goes down the middle. Felix forehand cross court, Sinner gets it, but hits it wide, and it's advantage Felix. Advantage Auger-Aliassime. To level this set. And he does win ace. All right. FAA holds after like 10 minutes. It's a marathon. All right. 3 games all. Three all. Back to Sinner. As he hits a forehand in the net. Felix, 15 love. As we get to 30 love. 30 love. As we have fault to conserve. And that goes the net by Felix. 40 love. Sinner hits the winner, and it's another easy game for Sinner. 4-3. Ah, 4 games to 3. Cool. Yeah, I know. Sinner's game was 1 minute. Felix was 10 minutes. That's the exact response you want to do after your opponent plays a long game. You want to get through it real quick. Make your opponent play straight away. Okay. How we doing, chap? How are we doing? Are we having a great... How are we liking the ATP Finals after the first 2 days? Let me know in the chat. What are we thinking of the ATP Finals so far? I feel like it hasn't truly begun yet. We just got to wait for that epic match to kind of like really just like kickstart it. But how are we liking it so far? It's okay. Yeah, it's been pretty good. I reckon it's been good. You know, I think it's been, the players that have won is probably the ones, that have been the favorites to win, right? But I think it's been good. It's been competitive. I don't think any match has been boring yet. There just haven't been any 3-setters yet. Waiting for something to happen. I mean, I think it's been pretty good. I mean, yesterday, we had a close first set with Alcaraz and Demonor, which was nice. We had obviously the second set tie break between Zverev and Shelton. Musetti Fritz looked on paper, if you look at the score, it looks like really kind of average, but it was pretty close in the first set. Musetti just ran out of gas. And so far, this match has been competitive. I think competitive is the word. But nothing outrageous has happened. We haven't had any crazy matchups or matches. We haven't had any upsets yet. All right, 4-3. As the return goes forward to Felix, backing it from Sinner down the line. There's a beautiful shot. This is where Sinner wants to pounce. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Who's more likely to be the third Big Three member of Alcaraz Sinner? No one. I don't think that's going to be a thing. I think we're going to have multiple players that are going to be up there. You don't want a Big Three, trust me. You want what the WTA have, and that is a group of players that are consistently in the finals. You don't want a 3, because then what's the difference between a 2 and a 3? It's boring. Still predictable. We need at least 4 or 5 players behind Alcaraz and Sinner to be competitive against them. That makes the tour way more interesting than a 3. Because then if it's a big 3, we're still going to have the same problem where it's like, well, it's those 3 or nobody, right? We don't want that. The WTA is perfect right now because it has a top 10 that are all very, very competitive against each other. And that's how we get someone like Raducanu, who number 6, win the whole tournament. You know, there's no way the number 6 in this tournament's going to win. Or maybe Fritz, maybe. But it's very unlikely that Fritz is going to win the whole thing. You know, the number 6 here is unlikely to win, right? So yeah, we don't want a big 3. There's no next person. We need 4 or 5 players to equally be good and competitive against Alcaraz and Sinner. But like Ruud said, he said Alcaraz and Sinner are not as far ahead as Nadal and Djokovic were. These guys they're better than everybody else, but they're not far away enough that it's impossible to catch them. Like Ruud said this, and Ruud would know because he's played Grand Slam goats against goats in slams, right? So Ruud would know. He said that Djokovic and Nadal were a lot harder and further away level-wise. All right. FAA holds. Good hold. 4-4. Six ace already, yeah. Then who would you think would be Fab 5 in your opinion? I don't know. I don't know. No idea. Focus? Focus on what? Focus on what? 4-all. Sinner serves into the forehand of FAA. FAA hits it out. And it's 15 love. Shelton, Feast, Fonseca, Draper, Runa, Menchik. Great combination. That would be a great... And put TN in there as well. All right, 15 love. Serving to the back end of Auger-Aliassime, but Felix in the net. And it's 30 love. Serve again. We're just waiting for the crowd to... But did he get a time violation, Sinner? Is that what happened? Did Sinner just get a time violation? It serves a fault, second serve. I didn't hear it. Did the umpire give him a time violation? Or was the crowd just being loud? Back in return. Into the front of Sinner. Backing up from Felix. The Sinner hits a drop volley in the net. 30-15. Oh, there was someone just using flash photography. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't understand what he was saying. He was saying the umpire was saying something. It was just flash photography. Okay. Fair enough. All right, 30-15. Sinner serves again. Felix at the back. Sinner with a drive volley and Felix in the net. All right. 40-15. Sinner serves again. Down the tee. Felix return goes wide and Sinner holds. 5-4 Sinner. In this first set. All right. How are we doing, chat? Feast return will be hype. I'm ready for that. It's been a long time. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Chad, who do you think will make an impact next year? Like, who will take their game to a new level next year in the ATP? Like, who are the players? Like, in 12 months' time, who are we going to be talking about when we say most improved? Who are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about Feast, who's currently 30-something, 40 in the world. I mean, he's only 21, Feast, and he's won a couple of 500s. I mean, last year was amazing. Or is it going to be Tien's going to take it up a notch? Or you think Fonseca is going to take it up a notch? Or Menchik's only 20. That's ridiculous that he's 20 years old and he's already got a 1,000 under his belt. You know, is he going to take his game to another level? Draper? I mean, Draper did that this year, and then unfortunately the injuries just sort of stopped him, right? So, Davidovich Rakini, you reckon? Okay. Agassi? You're about 40 years too late. It's not 1986. Shelton Feast, if he gets back to fitness, Tien Fonseca won't be competing for slams, but they'll probably be top 20, 15. Yeah. I think that's, I mean, competing for 1,000s, right? Or at least like looking to win a 1,000, those guys. I know Shelton's already got one, but I think that's the next level. Or even like fourth round of slams, maybe they get to quarterfinals. Menchik, though, like he's been disappointing at slams, but maybe that'll change next year. Because I think he's got that massive serve, you know? That is a weapon. All right, 5-4. There's a backhand return from Sinner goes to forehand of Felix. Felix hits a wide, though, on the forehand, and it's love 15. Interesting to see how Vachereau goes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's at a hell of a end of the year. All right, love 15. What about Hurkacz? Who's going to be comeback player of the year? That's probably the question too, right? It's probably going to be Draper, you would expect, right? Draper would be comeback player of the year. But man, what about Hubie Hurkacz? Is he done yet? Has he got something left in the tank? Who else would be comeback player of the year? Feast is probably on that list, right? Because he was injured for most of this second half of this year. Dimitrov? Yeah, maybe Dimmy is FAA in the net. That was a poor backhand. Love 30. Love 30. Rublev, okay. Lehechka. Medvedev will win a slam. Okay. Love 30. Love 30. As the return goes out by Sinner. Good serve. $15.30. Serve again for Felix. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Serve. Into the forehand of Sinner. Sinner in the net. Ooh. 30-all. Felix got lucky with that one. All right. 30-all. As Felix serves. Fault. Second serve. I think Kyrgios is coming back in Australia. I think that's his plan to come back and play there. Second serve. Into the back of Sinner. Felix forehand winner. 40-30. 40-30. Felix to level this first set. He has to win the first set, Felix. Has to win the first set. Will he actually come back, though? I'm going to say yes in Australia. I think he'll do everything he can to play the Australian Open in singles. As with a forehand from Felix, that goes long. Deuce. All right, deuce. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of the Sinner. Felix back end of the net. Sinner's got a set point. Advantage Sinner to take the first set. Advantage Sinner. You know what it must be like, or it kind of looks like when you're playing Sinner? Especially when you're serving second. It's just like he's slowly squashing you. He's slowly pushing you. And Felix is like, no, don't squash me. And he's slowly pushing, and then eventually just, right? But it's just he just slowly puts so much pressure on you, and then eventually, they buckle, and that's it. Second serve in the forehand of Sinner, Sinner in the net. All right, Felix survives, deuce. This whole set has been about Felix surviving, right? It's got nothing, Felix hasn't had a chance on Sinner's serve. Sinner's just been breezing through serves. It's just been we're just waiting for Sinner to break. And Felix is hanging on, but the relentlessness of Sinner's pressure, right? It just feels like every service game Felix has played is just, he's had some good games, but it's been some real long ones. And Sinner's winning his games in 2 minutes. Backhand rally. The Sinner off the tape goes wide, and Felix gets to advantage. And Sinner looking a little annoyed at that one. He's like, God, can I just win the set already? Hurry up. Advantage FAA. As Felix serves an ace. Okay. He keeps the game level. 5-5. All right, back to Sinner. Let's see if he can keep holding serve. Let's see if Felix can win a point on his serve. NFL and NBA staged games. All right. As a return goes in the net by Felix, 15 love. Are they staged, or you're just not happy your team loses? Yeah, this shit's staged. My team never wins. This is rigged. That's what I say all the time. When my team loses, I'm like, this is bloody rigged. They don't want my team to win. It's crap. I'm not watching this rigged sport. I feel it. I feel your pain. All right, 15 love. As with a backhand rally. Now to the forehand of Felix. Felix goes wide, 30 love. Yeah, I feel you. That's why my football team hasn't won a final in 25 years. This is a cruel joke. It's all rigged. Essendon will win a final one day, but then let's keep this cruel joke. 30 love. As Sinner hits a winner, it's 40 love. Sinner to take a lead again. Cam, Arsenal are rubbish? Hey, you watch your mouth. What do you mean Arsenal are rubbish? Excuse me? We're top of the league, buddy. How dare you? Arsenal are rubbish. Well, how come we're number one? Anyway, Sinner holds. Arsenal are rubbish. What do you mean? We're 8 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. 26 points. We're ahead of Man City and Chelsea. We're number one, baby. What do you mean we're rubbish? Where's the facts? You got no facts with that. We got a draw with Sunderland, who are 4th. Oh, ooh, real bad. What do you mean we're bad? Because every other team is what? Oh, so now we're only good because every other team is shit. All right. But then who's number one? It doesn't matter. Every other team's bad. Are you sure? Won't stay up there for long. All right. Well, we'll see you in. When did it finish? When's Premier League finish? March. Spurs. Spurs. It says Spurs. I'm sorry. You mean Tottenham? I'm sorry, excuse me? You mean... What do you mean? No, Tottenham are 5th. Okay. I thought they were worse. Yeah, okay. Right, fine. Anyways. All right, here we go. FAA are going to try and get to this tiebreak. He has already saved 1 set point. All right. Can Felix get to this tiebreak? Serves out wide. Great serve. 15 love. Lando Norris. Excuse me? Piastri. What are you talking about, Norris? Huh? I think his typo is Piastri. We're Piastri in here. Kidding me? All right, 15 love. Felix serves an ace, 30 love. By the way, Piastri's win. He won the thing, right? He won the whole thing? Pretty sure, right? I'm a very casual fan. I'm pretty sure Piastri won, right? All right, that goes out by Felix, 30-15. Norris is winning. Rigged. It's rigged. Norris is first. Rigged. Just holding my boy back. Piastri's in the lead, and he's letting Norris through because they want him to win. Rigged. They're holding Piastri back. Because Norris has been with him for longer. That's what's happening. They're handing Norris the victory. What's his name? Norris, yeah. Who's Norris? No. Stop crying. Never. 30 all. Piastri likes Tottenham. Why you got to say that? All right, 30-all. Felix has already saved 1 set point. As Felix serves again. Into the back of the center. Return goes forward to Felix. Felix in the net. 30-40. And again, like I said, it's just the constant pressure. And then eventually, he's just going to squish him. Like, Felix just hasn't had an easy service game. He's had, like, maybe 2 service games that have gone pretty simple. Every other game, it just feels like he's had to fight. All right, 30-40. Sinner to take the set. Serving to the forehand. Sinner return. Goes to the forehand. Felix. Sinner forehand. To the backhand of Felix. It's Sinner. Backhand again. The backhand of Felix. Into the forehand of Sinner. Sinner in the net though. Wow. That was an awkward. That looked like Sinner was going to throw his racket as well. He looked like he was going to smash his racket. What the hell? Deuce. Sinner's a python. He is. He is a python. That's a good analogy. He is. He's just like, you know, just squishing him. Slowly squishing him. All right, deuce. Good serve, Felix, in a volley. Oh, hit the tape, went in, and then Sinner hit a pass. Oh, Felix was watching it. He was ready to apologize, and then Sinner got it anyway. Oh, man, he hit the volley. It hit the tape and went in, and then Felix just stood there as if like, oh, I'm sorry I won the point. But then Sinner was like, dude, I'm going to get this. Felix just stood there. I think he expected himself to win the point. He was getting ready to apologize. He's bloody Canadian. That's fine. He's too nice. Advantage Sinner. He felt bad for hitting the net, so he lets in hit the winner. First serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve. Sinner with a set point. Serve to the forehand, Sinner. Return the back of Felix. Is a slice in the net. What was that? Oh, what a terrible finish for FAA. He is hobbling around though, Felix. Is he all right? He's like grimacing. That was I don't think he's injured, but he was definitely grimacing as he walked to the chair. Maybe it's because he just played 2 poor shots. I mean, that approach, that like just standing at the net, and then that backhand slice was terrible. Like unnecessary. I don't know why he went for that. All right, but Sinner takes a set, and again, it was just slowly until it was over. 16 winners, 18 errors by Felix, 12 winners, 8 errors by Sinner. It feels like Sinner's going to run away with it now. All right. Yeah, he is like a python. That's it. He did so well to keep it up until then. Yeah. You could feel it like every game, especially those like the last 3 games. It was like Felix was holding. It was taking forever, and then Sinner was just like 2 seconds games, and then it was only a matter of time. It sucks that we didn't get to the tie break, but you just knew Sinner was eventually going to get that break. All right. Just saw the ONS news. I know, I saw that too. How good's that? Awesome to see Jabeur announcing she's having a baby. That's sick. It's awesome. That's the reason why Felix didn't play Mets, everyone. Why? Because he lost the set? What do you mean? Yeah, Felix has got the trainer. I think he's gone off the court, though, so. All right. If Sinner's the python, then is Carlos the cobra? What eats pythons? Sinner is so Alcaraz is a large bird of prey, or a wild dog, or a crocodile, or a lion, or a leopard, or a bear, because they all eat pythons apparently. The predator to a python is a crocodile. So Alcaraz is a larger animal, or a bird of prey. He's an eagle. A mongoose, yeah. Hey, Baba. Come here. Come say hello. Oh, hello. How are you, Baba? You good? What's up? You want to say something? Want to say something? What's up? Where you going? Good girl. Birds only eat baby pythons. Oh, okay. Who's the replacement going to be if he can't go on? Bublik. Bublik will be the replacement. But again, Felix. It didn't look like he hurt himself in that set. It didn't look like there was one particular point that he got injured. But again, maybe there was something coming in. I don't know. Bublik. So Bublik would play the other two matches, which means that Bublik would take on Shelton and Zverev. That would be wild. But again, Felix hasn't withdrawn yet, so yeah. I think it's just cramps. Well, he can't get a medical timeout for cramps, so he was at the end of that game. He definitely. By the way, he's gone to the toilet, so this is a toilet break. It's not even a medical. This is a toilet break. But he was like, again, it's hard to know whether he was grimacing because he lost the set in that way, or if he was some pain or something. But we'll see how he moves in the second set. That was a pretty physical set for both. And Felix served a lot of points. Like he had long service games. He wouldn't be able to move if he did his he didn't do his Achilles. By the way, if FAO did retire during the match, I think he's out of the tournament. So you can't retire and then play your next match. So if he did retire, he would then forfeit the other two matches, which means that Bublik would come in. I'm pretty sure those are the rules. That you're not allowed to withdraw. You're not allowed to retire mid-match, or you're not allowed to withdraw. Or you have to. As soon as you pull out of a match, you're out. Sinner, meanwhile, playing tennis against the sidewall. He just keeping himself amused. Tweaked his calf, apparently. Oh, okay. That's not good. I didn't see that in that set, though. Like, when did it happen? Like, what part of the set did that happen? All right, Felix is back. And there's the trainers are talking to him, so the coaches are talking to each other and discussing it. So it's obviously Felix has got something going on, but he hasn't got any tape or anything on his legs. I don't think he took a medical timeout. He just had a bathroom break. Bublik would get some wins here. I mean, maybe. Shelton and Zverev would be scared for sure. They would be. They should be scared if Bublik came in. Bublik is the ultimate wild card at this tournament. Like that, he would be so scary. All right, Sinner to serve first in the second. As Sinner serves a let. I was thinking the same. He might stir things up. Oh yeah, Bublik would be crazy. It would be so much fun. Over to serve into the back of Felix. Felix in the net. 15 love. 1 second, chap. You want some food, Baba? 30 love. Oh, yeah, Rude's a second alternate. So Rude would need 2 players to pull out. 30 love. Sinner serves the forehand. Felix shanks it wide. And it's 40 love. Sinner serves again. Felix return to the back of the Sinner. And Sinner hits it out. 40-15. 40-15. Sinner serves again. Serve to the backhand of Felix. Backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Felix. Slice in the net. And it's 1-love. Sinner in the second. I can see a limp. FAA is definitely limping. FAA is hobbling around. All right, let me just get the trusty rule book out. Let me see. Are there any rules about withdrawing? Any withdrawal before the official tournament press conference shall be replaced by the highest ranked player. Okay. What else we got? Prize money. Okay, cool. It doesn't seem to have any specific rule. Love 15. If the alternate does not make a draw, the alternate is eligible to play in a single elimination competition and to receive points and prize money. The next highest player shall be designated as the alternate and shall replace any player who subsequently withdraws. The alternate must appear at the official press conference, pre-tournament media conferences. So, yeah. Now, I guess the word withdraw, shall any player withdraw? So, retiring is a withdrawal. Like in a normal tournament, right? Retiring a match is withdrawing from a match, right? We just call it retirement. But it would be the same, it's the same word, right? If you retire from a match, you're withdrawing from the tournament, right? All right, Sinner 15-30. So if Felix does have to, if he does retire, then Bublik will come in. So that's where he's also got to think about it too, Felix, because, even though we've still got another set to go, does he play this set and then make a decision tomorrow if it's not that bad? Or does he retire from this match now and then he basically just forfeits the tournament? It's probably not I think he should play the set out if it's bothering him, but it's not detrimental, it's not going to get worse and worse and worse. I don't think it's worth the risk retiring and then you wake up tomorrow, you go, actually I'm fine. You know what I mean? Finish the match and then make a decision tomorrow. Because he's not playing tomorrow. He's got 2 days off, or a day off, sorry. But he's down 15-40 here. All right, 15-40. Also, I'm pretty sure that if Felix retires, it's a draw, so Sinner doesn't even get the win. I'm kidding. Sinner gets the win, all right? I couldn't even do it. I couldn't do it to you. I couldn't do it. I was just, oh, man. I was trying. I was like, oh, I really should tell yeah, Sinner, it doesn't count as a win. So Sinner would have to win the next 2 matches to qualify. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Felix gets broken. I got halfway through that. I'm like, some people are going to think I'm serious, and I really don't want I really don't want people to think that's a real thing. Don't worry. Sinner gets the win if there's a retirement. It's not void. Almost fell for it. Yeah, see, I got halfway. I was like, I can't do this to you. Because I know some of you take me seriously. Anyways, 2-love. Sinner's won the last, 5 games in a row? 4 games in a row. As Felix forehand, into the forehand of Sinner. Felix backhand. To the backhand of Sinner. It's Felix with a slice. Sinner with the backhand down the line goes wide. Love 15. Nice try. That would be a wild rule, though. That'd be crazy. Can you imagine? Like he doesn't get the win, and he has to win the next 2 matches, or otherwise he doesn't make it through. That would be insane. That would be crazy. No joking allowed. This is serious. As with a fault from Sinner, second serve. Second serve. As with double fault from Sinner, love 30. A chance for a break back. Love 30. Love 30. And Sinner serves again. The first time Sinner has looked in trouble on serve. As a fault second serve. I want to see Pacific Rim. That's good. It feels like a real movie. Is it a backhand rally? Down the line goes wide by Felix, 15-30. Like when I watched it the other day, last night, it just doesn't feel like, you know when you go to the movie, well, I don't know if you guys go to the movies, but you know when you go to the movies and there's those movies that are like big cinematic movie experiences, right? It's got that vibe. It's like a massive, like it's a real cinema movie. Whereas like a lot of movies that are like based off true events or like they're more like human movies, they don't feel like as big a, it's one of those like cinematic experiences where it's a little bit like, it's a fantasy science fiction-y kind of movie. Whereas movies about like people and real life situations are kind of, I find them not as interesting. Real life is kind of boring. I need giant monsters and robots. 30-all. As a return goes in, I need magic. All right. When does Wicked come out? I'm watching that in a couple of weeks. I'm going to go see that. And I'm going to go see Badlands as well, but I don't know when I'm going to see that because I don't have any. I'll probably see that this week if I can just not sleep all day. Yeah, Predator Badlands, I want to see that too. All right, 40-30. A Sinner forehand into the forehand of Felix. Sinner with the backhand. It's Felix backhand. As we've done the forehand from Felix. Sinner with the forehand down the line. Felix backhand slice. Sinner with the backhand into the forehand of Felix. A Sinner backhand again. Goes long and we get to deuce. Are you talking about Pacific Rim with the Jaegers? Yes. Yeah. It was awesome. It was it just felt like a real big movie. And the kaiju and, I don't know. It just had that like big budget movie vibe, Like a lot of effort went into that movie. There's a lot of like crazy effects. There's a lot of like costume. There's a lot of cool like, yeah. It's kind of like, it kind of feels like Transformers meets Independence Day. It kind of had that kind of vibe, like a little bit of those vibes. It's really, it's good. I'm on a bit of a Guillermo del Toro binge at the moment after Frankenstein. So, but it was good. I heard the other ones are really bad, but that's good. As that goes out by Felix, I heard 2 and 3 or Pacific Rim Uprising stinks, but I'm not going to watch that, so that's fine. I'm not going to watch that one. All right. Rafael Nadal to go to 3-love of the second. By the way, Chad, if you haven't signed up yet, you still have time. I think there's a couple more hours to sign up for day 2. Make sure you claim your prize, or claim your chance to win a prize today. I've been working with Trace this week in as we did last year, and 3-love Sinner in the second. So make sure you jump on and claim your claim today. All you have to do is pick who you're rooting for in these matches. Felix got the trainer out. And the more days, you've only got 2 hours. 2 hours. It just ticked out to 2 hours. You've got 2 hours to do it. So, and then it'll be day 3 tomorrow. And the more days you claim, the more likely you're going to win a prize. And I hope one of us is going to win a prize. One of us in this community is going to win a prize. I can feel it. I hope so. It'd be awesome. Be a great way to end the season. What are the prizes, you ask? Well, you can win signed match tennis balls. You can win player gear, as in like player merch, not player merch. Sorry, player like Fritz's headband, or Demonor's tennis racket, Jannik Sinner's shirt, signed shirt, Jannik Sinner's signed shirt. Chat, do you want a Jannik Sinner signed shirt? If you want a Jannik Sinner signed shirt, you click that link, you sign up. It's free. All you got to do is put your email in. They'll send you an email. You put the code in. You write a username. Make it funny, like 123 something. And then all you got to do is just every day claim. Pick who you're going for every day. That's all you got to do. Simple. And you could win You could be in the draw to win Jannik Sinner's signed shirt. That's one of the prizes. There's a whole other bunch of prizes. There's ATP Finals caps. There's ATP Finals towels. There's Demonor's racket. There's something from Shelton. They haven't said yet, but it's something from Shelton. But a Jannik Sinner signed shirt that feels like the ultimate prize. You got the best player on the planet, or second best player on the planet. He signs a shirt. And it's for free. Like, you do that for free. It's free to enter. Easy. And I know a bunch of you are already in the draw. Have already signed up. So make sure you sign up using the link, and then just pick who you're going for each day. And it's still time to actually get the Sinner one, because if you do, you got to do it 6 different days. You got to do the thing 6 different days. So you might have missed yesterday, but there's still 7 more days. So you've got plenty of time still to go for that Sinner signed shirt. If that's what you're trying to do. I did the thing. Thanks for the tip. No worries. And I'm not sure. It says here, like, if you do it for 2 days, it says here, if you do 2 different days during the finals, there's 5 available Nito ATP Finals signed tennis match ball. Now, I don't know what players, but there's 5 available. So it might be 5 different players. Maybe it's Sinner, maybe it's Felix, maybe it's Alcaraz, right? They haven't said which ones, but there's 5 available for a match signed ball. That's a pretty cool souvenir. Chad, as somebody who loves tennis memorabilia, as you can tell behind the tree, I have a lot of things, collectibles. I'm not a hoarder. I want to win one. I want one. All right, Felix is getting a medical timeout on his the back of his left leg. The back of his left leg. He's got 1 minute to go. Yeah, back of the calf, back of the left leg. By the way, you can't even see my memorabilia. See, there. So I'm a collector of signed tennis balls. What else have I got here? My brother painted me that. I mean, look, you got the Alcaraz shirts behind me. I mean, as somebody who is a tennis collector, and then you've got like these rare figurines behind the thing. I've got tennis cards. I've got all kinds of stuff, chat. Call me Mr. Tennis. Don't call me that. Definitely don't call me that. All right, 3 Love Sinner. Why is the Wimbledon shirt not on the wall? Because I'm reorganizing my space. So I don't want to put on. I'm just gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna reorganize stuff. I need more room because Alcaraz keeps winning stuff. Next year he might win 3 slams, and I need 3 more shirts on the wall. So I need to start bunching them up, putting them all up together. All right, Felix is back, but he's down a break in the second. 3 Love Sinner. No tape on the leg, just a massage to loosen him up, hopefully, on the back of his left calf muscle. So let's see if that makes any difference. All right, so we have fault second serve. As return goes in the backhand of Felix. Backhand now from Sinner to the backhand of Felix. Sinner backhand, down the line. Too good. Felix isn't running for it. And the reason, chat, as well, like I said, if I go back a couple of years ago, if you remember in 2023, Tsitsipas, he played a match against Rune, and he was 2-1 down in the first set, and he withdrew. And then Hurkacz took his space for the last spot, for the last match. So, the problem for Felix is if he does withdraw from this match, if he retires, he is effectively out of the event, which means Bublik will take his place to play the last 2 matches. So, I think what Felix is trying to do is just play out the match and then assess it tomorrow and then make a decision whether or not he's going to play the next match or not. Because it could be just something that's like annoying today, but it might be okay tomorrow, you know? It might not be a tear or it might not be bad. It might just be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So instead of like risking his place at the ATP Finals, you know, because if he wakes up tomorrow and he's fine, he's retired today, then he's on holiday basically. So I think, and again, we looked at the rules and that seems to be the rule. So that's why he will play. He will likely play this match out because there's no point in quitting the tournament as he hits a 4-hand long and it's 30-all. Even though he's clearly not playing, like he's clearly hurt and he's clearly not playing. He's limited, or what's the word? He's clearly restricted. You know. Playing and moving. He just doesn't want to give Bublik that spot just yet. Until it's like 100% has to, right? As the return goes to the forehand of Felix. Slice from Sinner. Into the forehand of Felix. As Sinner gets another break point. Felix puts away an angry smash, but it was out anyway. 30-40. Sinner to take the double break. 30-40. As Felix serves. To the forehand of Sinner. Return goes in the net, and it's deuce. We get the deuce. I feel sad for FAA. The match was really tied up in the first set, except for that last game. Yeah. Bublik Shelton, yeah, that could happen. And Bublik Zverev. If Bublik comes in, Bublik versus Zverev could be a very interesting match. And the thing is, Bublik could make, if he does come in the next match, he could qualify for the semifinals. Like, that is a possibility. He just has to beat Zverev and Shelton, but he could actually qualify, which is kind of wild. Advantage Sinner. That would be wild, yeah. Like, he could qualify. He would just have to win both matches and hope that Zverev lost to Sinner. But, yeah, there is a possibility that he could actually qualify for the semis with a couple of wins. As the return goes out from Sinner, we're back to deuce. That'd be such a typical Bublik thing to do. I know, right? That'd be wild. Ruud would have to come in for someone else. If there's he needs two players to be injured. Does Casper Ruud? So he's a little further back. As with a serve into the forehand of Sinner, return goes in the forehand of Felix. Sinner with a pass in the net, and it's advantage Auger-Aliassime. Advantage Auger-Aliassime to take his first game of the second set. He should retire. He won't retire, though, because otherwise, if he retires, he gives up his spot at the ATP Finals. As the return goes out by Sinner, it's 3-1. Sinner with a break. Felix holds. All right, 3-1. All right. Do you think he retires? I do not think Felix retires. I think FA is going to play this match out because, again, if he pulls out of this match, he pulls out of the tournament. You know, so why? Like, I don't think he is going to do that. All right, backhand goes into the backhand of Felix, into the backhand of Sinner, backhand of Felix down the line in the net, and it's 15-love. He might still withdraw from the tournament, like after this match, you know, tomorrow or whatever. But again, I don't think he's going to assess after this match how he actually feels with his and talk to his team. Because if he pulls out of this match now, then you know, then there's no discussion. He's gone home or he's gone on holiday. 30-love. Your score table is lagging? Yeah, because if it was ahead of me, then that'd be pointless. 30-love. If it's the score has to be lagging. Because if it's ahead, then it spoils the scores, and then we'll have to time out the scoreboard. As that goes out by Sinner on the forehand, 30-15. 30-15. All right, 30-15. Does Sinner have the most bagels this year? I'm not sure. All right, 30-15. That's a fault from Sinner, second serve. If FAA withdraws, does Bublik take FAA's record with a loss in the first game? No, he would start fresh with 0-0. He wouldn't take Felix's loss. No, he would start 0-0. As it a backhand down the line of the forehand of Sinner. Backhand now from Felix sliced into the forehand of Sinner. It's Felix backhand goes long, 40-15. So no, he wouldn't he would start from scratch. 40-15. Sinner serves. Into the back of Felix. Sinner with a drop shot. Felix is going to get there, but hit in the net. And it's 4-1 Sinner in the second. All right, 4-1. Four games to one. All right. Trainer's back out for FAA. And he's just rubbing his calf muscle to get him through the next couple of games. The finals always in Turin? No, they are not. They have not always been in Turin. Here, we'll go through a little bit of history lesson of the ATP Finals because who doesn't love a little bit of history? So the first ATP Finals was back in 1970, where they played in Tokyo, Japan, in front of 6,500 people. Then they went to France in 71, Paris. They went to Barcelona in 72. Then they went to Boston in 73. They went to Melbourne in 74. They played the great Kooyong tennis stadium, which was the home of the Australian Open at the time. Then they went to Stockholm, Sweden, back in 75. 76, they went to Houston. And then they were at Madison Square Garden since between 77 and 89. And I think the WTA Finals was also around that time at Madison Square Garden. So that was crazy. I really wish they would go back there, but they probably never will because it's got a lot of things that happen there now. Then they went to Frankfurt in 1990 to 95. Then between 96 and 99, they were in Hanover, Germany. So they're in Germany for pretty much the entire 90s. Then in 2000, they went to Lisbon. They went to Sydney in 2001. Shanghai in 2002. They're in Houston for 2 years in 03 and 04. Back to Shanghai from 05 to 09. Then they went to London, 09 to 2020. So that was a long 11 years there. And then they've been in Turin ever since. So 2021 to now. And they're going to be moving in 2 years. They're moving still in Italy, but they're going to be in 2027 going to another venue in Italy to be TBC. They don't know where that is. So they haven't decided. So yeah, so that has been the history of the ATP Finals. I think Madison Square Garden ATP Finals would be so sick, but they'll never do it because the basketball season is on right now, and they just couldn't. Madison Square Garden for a whole week for tennis, they wouldn't be able to do it anymore because basketball, I guess, like boxing, concerts, UFC, whatever. Like there's too many other things competing for Madison Square Garden. Hockey. Yeah, so I don't think Madison Square Garden is going to be hosting a week-long tennis event anytime soon. But it would be kind of sick, though, if they did. But I don't think they will. And plus, New York already have the US Open, so, it's not fair. All right, 15-0. But yeah, there you go. That's the history of the ATP Finals. You know what? They should come back to Australia. 15-0. They've been to Australia only twice in the 55 years they've been doing this thing. As the return goes into the forehand of Felix. Sinner forehand to the forehand of Felix. Into the forehand of Sinner. It's Felix backhand. No, sorry, forehand. He ran around it. Okay. But he overhit it. 15-30. 15-30. $15.30. Zverev said it's going to be in Milano. Yeah, I think Milan is probably going to be the venue. As the return goes to the backhand of Felix. Backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Felix. Sinner backhand. Again, the backhand slice of Felix. Sinner with the forehand. Drop shot. Felix in the net with a slice, 15-40. I say this though, chat. Isn't it strange that like the CEO of the ATP is Italian and then the ATP Finals is like constantly being in Italy? Is that a coincidence? Or is it just... I mean, Sinner being like the best player on the planet and Italian tennis being really good right now, maybe that's why as well. But also like, why is it in Italy? It's probably more because Sinner's number one. Or number two, sorry, Sinner's top two. And it's great. But also I mean, Italy, I mean, America have pretty good players too. Maybe it should be in America. It's never going to America while there's so many good European players. It should have stayed in London. I don't know why it didn't stay in London. Why not Switzerland? Why not Switzerland? I'm sure Zurich has a venue. As we're to find now from Felix, volley in the net, and there it is, 5-1 Sinner. And he's going to serve for the match. It's been a shame the second set, just because FAA hasn't been able to compete physically, but we'll see whether or not he does play his next match. He's got a couple of days to figure it out, but we'll see what happens. But Sinner's off to a winning start. Sinner will take on Zverev in the next match. Ooh, ooh, love that. Especially the way Zverev played yesterday. That was amazing. He was playing some crazy tennis. That serving was very, 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 very good. 15 love. Nice serve from Sinner. Sinner serves again. Here's a fault, second serve. As a return goes into the back of Sinner. But Sinner pushed it wide. All right, 15-0. Do you think Zverev beats Sinner? No. I'll tell you though, Sinner in the second set, it's hard to judge how good he's been because FAA's been sore and he's been injured. But that first set of Sinner on serve, untouchable. And the way Zverev played, we're going to get tie breaks. We're probably going to get 2 tie breaks if they both serve that way tomorrow. Oh, sorry, on Wednesday. Sinner in the net, 15-30. Little chance for Felix to get one of the breaks back. $15-30. Sinner serves an ace. 30-0. 30-0. Serve again. And he serves a fault. Second serve. Seven to the back of Felix. Felix is out. 40-30. Sinner with a match point to take the win. And to play Alexander Zverev. And you know it's a night match. You know they're playing on Wednesday night. That ain't going to be no day match. They're not going to play in the afternoon. It's going to be Zverev versus Sinner. 2 versus 3. Night session on Wednesday. Clear your plans. If you've got plans, ditch it. Sinner serves an ace. He wins the first match of the ATP Finals. He keeps his streak alive. You know they're playing at night. Chad, I know you might have friends to go hang out with. You might have maybe you have a date on Wednesday night. Cancel your plans. Reschedule your date. All right? That match is going to be fire. I'm sure they'll understand. If they don't like tennis, why are you going out with them in the first place? I'm sure they love tennis, and they will understand if you rescheduled your date on Wednesday to Thursday But we're watching on Wednesday. You got to be here. It's one of the biggest matches of the ATP Finals so far. 2 versus 3. Sinner Zverev, third week in a row, or third tournament in a row. And the way Zverev played the other day, it's going to be a banger if he plays like that. So cancel your plans, call a babysitter, whatever the hell you have to do to not be interrupted to watch that match from start to finish, because that is going to be when the ATP Finals is peaking. That's when it is. That might be the best match before the Synchronous Final. Must-see TV, exactly. Cinema. All right? Cancel your plans. If you say, oh man, I missed the match because I went out on a date. Priorities. You can go on a date on Thursday, watch tennis on Wednesday, all right? Sinner versus Zverev. That's the match. All right? Go on a date next week when there's no tennis, all right? All right? There's no tennis next. There's no Zverev Sinner next week. It's this week, and then you go on your date, all right? You got the whole off season to go date, all right? All right? What if it's a hot date? Doesn't matter. Priorities. I don't want to hear it. I don't hear, I missed the match because I went out for spaghetti. I don't give a shit if you went out for Italian. You've got to be watching the Italian, all right? You got to be watching Italy. You can't be eating Italy. Whatever. You heard me the first time. You heard me. You're not skipping your date? Priorities. You need to prioritize. Sinner Zverev, Wednesday night, be there. All right. All right. If you are leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. We're almost at 500 likes as well. If you click the like button, it turns into a tennis ball. What if we have a live? Wednesday is tennis night. You need to lock in. If you're not here and you come in on Thursday and you say, man, I missed the greatest match of the season, that's your fault. I'm telling you now, don't make plans. And if you've made plans, change it. Because Wednesday night is Sinner versus Zverev. It could be one of the matches of the year. So you better be here. And if I don't want to hear you come back to me on the wet Thursday and be like, hey, I'm so sorry, Cam, I couldn't be here yesterday because I had other things to do. You have nothing else to do. You should cancel everything. Nothing is happening on Wednesday except for you in front of a TV in this chat watching tennis, Zverev versus Sinner. That's it. Nothing else. If you're working that day, I don't know. You figure that out. But no, anything else, I mean, you have to go to work. But put your headphones on. All right. That's like tennis ball. Yeah, if you click the like button, it turns into a tennis ball. And that's not even a joke. Yeah, write it in your calendars. God, can you imagine if the schedule said he was on during the day? Oh, God, it's a night match, right? Better be. Shit. Can you imagine? So it's Zverev and Sinner on the afternoon. Whoops. That's all right. Then Bublik or FAA versus Sheldon is the night match. Whatever. Yeah, let's just wait. Okay, maybe we'll just hang off on cancelling the plans until we get the schedule, all right? Maybe just wait for the schedule. Wait. Don't just unsend the message, all right? Just don't send the messages yet being like, sorry, love, I can't go on the date with you on Wednesday because I've got to watch a tennis match, says the guy on the internet. He told me to cancel plans. We'll just wait for the schedule. Wait. Just wait for the schedule. Please wait for the schedule. I don't want to be blamed for everybody losing their minds. All right, see you later. See you later, Deb. Yeah, just like say, whoops, sorry, wrong number. Or something, I don't know. Maybe don't say that. That means you're going on multiple dates and that'd be awkward. By the way, chat, speaking of time limits, you've only got an hour and 30 minutes to get your to get the day two, claim your day two. And like I said, Sinner signed shirt, if you look down here. So yesterday, you can see here that I claimed day one. Day two, that means you go into the sweepstake entry. when you claim 2 days, it doesn't have to be 2 consecutive days. It can be 2 different days. But if you do it for 6 days out of the 8 days coming up, you are into the draw to win a Sinner signed tennis shirt. So that's one of the big prizes, in my opinion. So if you are a Sinner fan, make sure you join, because today's day 2, and we've got 7 more days. So if you can claim, for the next 6 days, it doesn't have to be 6 days in a row. It can be any 6 days, but it has to be 6 days. You could go on that sweepstake for the Sinner shirt, and that's a huge prize. If you got all 8 days, so if you're here yesterday and you keep going, then the possibilities of winning like multiple, not multiple, but like any of those things is possible. It's all free, by the way. It is absolutely free. So make sure you join. You've only got an hour and a half to get into today for today. And all you got to do is just pick the players you root for. And you don't even have to get them right. It's not like a prediction thing. Like if you picked FAA today, it doesn't matter. If he lost, it doesn't matter. You still can claim today's collectible. All right. Cool. Any last questions before I get out of here? Because 8:30 a.m. God, I die inside when I see the time. Every morning, just 8:30 in the morning. Oh. Blown away by the prize money at the ATP Finals, both tours, and WTA Finals. Players should be willing to beat their rival to get there. Well, yeah, there's crazy prize money. When am I having breakfast? No, I'm just going to pass out. Could you do a preview for Carlos versus Fritz? I'm sorry, so what, I can't go to sleep? No, they'll be coming out soon. Don't worry, I got the previews covered. Don't you worry. Don't worry, I'm prepared. What do you think I was doing for the 4 hours that we had no tennis? I'm prepared, don't worry. I heard a rumor that Alcaraz is releasing a logo with Nike. Yeah, he is. There was a blurry photo of the logo on his back of one of the shirts he wore this week, or a jacket. I don't think that's the logo because it looks really, really bad. No, when I say bad, I mean like really, really basic and boring. So hopefully that isn't the logo and that's like a temporary thing, and that the real logo is like amazing. Because it was just like 2 tennis balls with like CA in them, and I was like, that can't be the logo. That's not like, for someone who's such a creative tennis player, you can't have a boring logo, so that can't be it. That just must be like a temporary, like until we get a better one, that's this temporary one. But yeah, he is getting his own logo, like Rafa, Federer, that thing. It'll be awesome. But Alcaraz doesn't have a nickname, so that's the problem. Whereas Rafa was always the bull, so the bull logo was sick. Still probably the best logo. Do you reckon Rafa's got the best player logo in tennis? All right. I mean, the Roger Federer, the RF was classic, but I think the bull is iconic. Like the Rafa bull is probably still the best. Not a logo. It's just part of the Nike Turin collection. Oh, okay. Cool. Sinner has the same on his initials. Oh, okay. So it's just a Turin thing. Okay, that's all right then. Yeah, because people were speculating that might be his logo, but there's no way they're gonna come up with something way better than that for Carlos. This is gonna be a logo that's gonna be that hopefully for will be forever, right? I mean, will be on hats. It'll be on shirts. It'll be on all kinds of stuff. So it's a logo that's gonna be. It's got to be good. It's got to be up there, and especially because it's competing with Rafa and Rogers, logos in the past. It's got to be awesome, Carlos a king, a crown maybe? That'd be kind of sick though. A crown logo would be kind of sick. It'll be cursive C8? Nah, that's too boring. It's got to be something better than that. I hope Alcaraz will release it soon. Rumors were he would have it here in Turin. Yeah, I don't know. Sinner should use the fox. He does have a fox emoji. Sorry, not emoji. Logo. I think he does. I've seen the fox logo. It's pretty good. I quite like Rublev's logo. Yeah, Rublev's logo is cool. You know what? Alcaraz might release it at the ATP, the Davis Cup, though. They might be waiting for Davis Cup. When, like, it's in Spain, he's going to be the face of the Davis Cup with Sinner not being... Because if they release it here, like, the ATP Finals in Italy is, like, Sinner's thing, right? Whereas releasing it in Spain, while he's the main guy. Like, Alcaraz is the guy in Spain. Here it feels like, yeah, he's number one, but this is, like, Sinner's tournament, right? Because it's in Sinner's backyard, and it's, you know, the Italians and releasing a logo for I don't know if it will go down as well as if he's in the Davis Cup and they release it next week. So maybe next week they'll show the logo and they'll be like, hey, here it is, because he's going to be the focus of the Davis. Like, I mean, Alcaraz is the Davis Cup. Like he is the face of the Davis Cup next week, being in Spain as well. Like all that stuff. If I was the marketing director of Nike, that's what I would do. I'll release it when Alcaraz is the main focus, and when the Davis Cup and in Spain and all that stuff. That's what I would do. But also, I am not a marketing director. I'm just a guy in Australia in the middle of the night watching tennis. Sorry, Davis Cup's in Italy. That's why I'm not the marketing director. There you go. Why did I think it was in Spain? Wasn't it in Spain? Where was the Davis Cup? You know what? They're not going to release the logo ever. He's not even getting a logo anymore. They've taken it away. Oh, it was in Spain. It was in, I'm thinking of when it was in, was it in Malaga? Like at some point? I don't even know. Chat, this is why I am a streamer. Because I'm an idiot. Everything's in Italy. What is this? Everything is in Italy. This is a conspiracy. Why is everything in Italy? They moved it to Italy. Yeah, when was it? It was in Spain, though. I'm not that crazy, am I? Am I? Maybe I am crazy. When was the Davis Cup in Spain? Was it in Spain? Yeah, it was in Spain in 23. So last year they went to Italy. Okay, so I'm not... Wait, hang on. No, last year they were in Spain. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Last year they were in Spain. This year they're in Italy. Okay, so I am not stupid. I don't feel so bad. Okay, I didn't realize they moved venues. That's not on me. I could be a marketing director. I just have to make sure I know what's happening next week and not what happened last year. See, I knew that it was in Spain last year. I didn't realize. Yeah, I'm confused. Me too. We're all confused. Why? I didn't realize they moved it to Italy. Spain was such a vibe. Why did they move it? Last year was when Rafa retired in Spain. Exactly. Last year was in Spain. So I'm not stupid. I just didn't realize it was not staying in Spain. But it's fine. It's fine. The tennis in Spain is mainly in the plane. Wait, what? Can I have so much energy at 8 a.m.? I'm delusional. The defending champion should get to host the event. Nah, because then if Australia win, then they'll never go to Australia. They're never going to move everyone to go to, like, Canada. Or anything. It's from a movie? Okay. When it was in Spain, everyone complained. That rhymes. To be fair, Spain owns Davis Cup in general. They don't anymore. They used to. They don't anymore. Do I like Borg? Yeah, Bjorn Borg's great. I think Sinner speaks German and Italian. Probably. Jannik served really well today. Yeah. Sinner versus Zverev is going to be a fun match on Wednesday. Like I said, chat, you better cancel those plans. You reschedule that date. You got other things to do. You got to be here for that. I don't want to hear this like, oh, but Cam, I have to do. No, you don't. You tell them. You cry to them. You don't cry to me. You got to be here. Or we're taking roll call. Like this is going to be like this is a mandatory watching tennis event. Like you got to be here for that. Like you got to be here for that. This is going to be like mandatory watching. If you come in the next day and said, oh man, I missed it, I'm going to be pissed. We're going to do roll call and everything. You better be here. If FA withdraws, Bublik is in. Yes. If FA withdraws, Bublik is in. And we'll track that the next couple of days because he definitely was injured in the second set. But played out the entire match just so he didn't lose his spot, I have nothing better to do than watch Sinner versus Zverev, literally. Good. Good. Yeah. But if you did have something better to do, you would cancel it, right? That's what you meant to say. Tomorrow, Alcaraz wins in straight sets. Cool. Well, we'll still watch it, even though you're a, wizard. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to get a 3-setter eventually. Again, today wasn't a bad day. We just didn't have the epic 3-setter. So... but it was competitive. Again, a competitive tournament so far. But the favourites have won. Sinner versus FAA. He wins 7-5, 6-3. 7-5, 6-1. And now it's Zverev Sinner. And Auger-Aliassime will take on Shelton unless FAA is injured and cannot play. That means Bublik will come in. But we'll keep a track of that over the next couple of days. Don't worry, I'll keep you posted. So tomorrow, during the day, we've got Alcaraz taking on Fritz. And then we've got Musetti versus De Minaur at night. So we're going to watch that tomorrow. But Sinner versus Zverev, I'm pumped for that one.